the question, I don't know if this will be a YouTube feature question or what, but it's a pretty good question, and we'll see how my answers go. See if I'll put it anywhere. Question is, how do you... Oh, what was it? I have to remember it. I didn't write it down or anything. How do you think you are compared to when you first started making videos? Very interesting, because I think as far as my work goes, my content, everything that I have published recently, it's probably below the curve now compared to back when I first started. It was somewhat above the curve. Now it's below the curve. But as far as my knowledge and my skills in the real world and where I'm going to be taking this stuff, where I plan to be going soon with all the published items, I'm a lot better off. I'm a lot smarter. I have a lot better knowledge, which by default will, as long as I stick with my work, it will put it at the bar, at least above the bar, something like that. Where are those skills? Well, as far as just publications go, and you've already heard me say this in past episodes, but I freaking know how to make websites now. I can make them from scratch from a designer standpoint, from a coder standpoint. I can do that. And I've just made something really cool. It's not being published yet because we still got the guy has to make content for it. But it's freaking awesome, and it was the first thing I built. And because I took a website class, and I mean, it was one of the best things in the class, if not, in my opinion, probably the best, just because of it's actually going to function and it's got a purpose. So that's excellent. I also, I see what other people are doing with videos. I know where they're going. I don't have the video editing skills yet or the technology yet, but I've known what to do. I just never really had the time to be able to do it. Will I have the time soon? I don't know. But let me set this rocket turret up. I don't know, but I will for sure be taking a video editing class here soon, and I know that knowledge it should definitely come in handy. I'm gonna learn a better program, an actual editing program, things like that, and they're gonna supposedly I'm supposed to finally learn what all the professionals do in the actual movie business and actually be able to work with that. I don't know how that'll all work out or what, but that's the plan. Also gonna learn some skills for 3D solid modeling, which may come in handy for something I've been planning for a good long time. And I don't know, I've got skills, man. I've got the knowledge now. I've got the power now. I never had the knowledge before. I came into this not knowing. I mean, I literally recorded like 2 videos before starting the show. I had no idea what I was doing. Well, I mean, I was competent. I have some level of intelligence, but I knew if I can improve it, I'll improve over time. If I do this for 20 years, I'll have 20 years experience. That's all there is to it. You don't start anything knowing all there is to know and being the best. You just start it doing what you can and seeing how it works out and improving over time. And I knew that was my plan, and it's working out. I mean, you're not seeing anything yet, maybe. I mean, personally, I kind of feel like everything on there is just kind of crap. It's not to where the level I want it to be, where I know I can take it. Even right now, but time has always been a big problem for me over the past year and a half, just because I've been working and developing all these skills. So, and it's going to be like that for a little while, I think. And who knows, when I get older and older and older, I don't know how much more time I'll have for everything. You never know what's going to pop up, but it's just the way things go. So, I mean, the thing though is now I'm much more confident on my skills and what I can do and where I can take this. Which that's something I'm really happy about. So I think maybe the current stuff now is not as good as the old stuff when as compared to everything else online, because back when I started 4.5 years ago, well, it's coming on 5 years really, I mean, nobody else was making videos. Nobody was really doing anything. So I was above the curve on everybody. Nobody else really had anything going on. So oh shoot, get out of here, buddy. So but now everybody's making their videos, and people are able, they have time that they'll spend all their time just making a video, and they've got all these skills that I don't have, so they can make some really good stuff, and I just kind of whip something up really quick just to get the information out, and it set us behind the curve. And also just having the website up and not doing it, making it as good as a website can be, it turned people away. So now I've been actually, last night I was just thinking and researching what we can make the new website look like, how it can be, the color scheme, things like that. And I think I got a good idea. I'm gonna let you guys on the forums follow my progress on that. I'll make a mock-up, and then I'll code it up and everything. But yeah, so I'm really glad. And just as a person, just I've got more. I'm better at stuff. I've got more skills. I just last Friday, you could say I pretty much graduated with 1 degree from mechanical engineering technology, but we had senior design presentations, which I've been working on all semester. That was basically my big project. I was just working all semester. I had a company sponsor me, and I built something for them. I designed and had something built for a new process they were developing, and researched it. And I had one partner who really helped out a lot. I did most of the engineering work though, and I had 2 other people. They didn't do as much, but so it was pretty much my baby all semester, and every person in this degree, they have to do a senior project and work together. So in the end, I was able to design some awesome stuff, and customer was happy. I gave a great speech, an awesome speech. Freaking professor came up to me. He's like, "Man, I didn't know you could speak so good," So that's one thing that's great that ATFO. I'm really gonna credit ATFO with this, because in the time from starting ATFO, I've only really given 2 speeches, and both times the audience was, they were captured by it. I mean, it wasn't anything great. First time it was just a speech on ATFO, and then the second time it was just a speech on, 5 minutes on this fixture design I came up with. But both times people were impressed, or I caught their attention, and they were able to enjoy my level of speaking. So that's something just running this website and running this video series has done, is just allowed me to become a better speaker. So even though I know in the beginning I had a big problem with saying all the time, and then after that, which I only really just really discovered last 2 weeks or so, I had a big problem saying ums, I think that went kind of with the real world though, because that's what you got to do to make sure nobody interrupts you. But now I'm gonna work on fixing that, and so far this is the second video of me really trying to fix it, and it's working out. There, I just did it. And again, so yeah, I know I have skills. I know I can walk into an interview with somebody and say, I've got these skills. I'm able to make a good presentation. I'm able to build you a website. I'm able to do graphical design and take excellent pictures for a product, and advertise and design something. I've got some insane skills. I do, and I'm not trying to brag or anything, but it's just after you work so hard to learn this stuff, learn something at school, and you actually do learn, and you're gonna see yourself be above the curve, above everybody else. And I'm definitely seeing that with other people I go to school with. I mean, there are people a lot smarter than me, and a lot better than me, and better than me at me in certain things. But I've got skills and abilities that a lot of people don't have. So I know I've got some value to somebody. So some company could pay me to do something. I've got skills. So, and that moves just on with ATFO. I know I'm confident that I've got the skills to improve, and I'm improving over time, and that shows good promise for the future. If you just stay still and you're not improving at all, then where are you going to be? Nowhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. So yeah, I hope that explained it. All I'm trying to tell you guys, hey, work at something, learn, get good, and it feels good, really. After you overcome some big difficulties, overcome having to learn things, develop your skills, it feels good after you use those things that you learned and overcame problems to make something worthwhile. So gives you good, makes me want to keep improving this place and improving myself overall. So that's where ATFO is. That's how I think I'm doing. I think I'm on the right track. I think I'm doing pretty good. I don't know. We'll see how it all turns out, but yeah. Hope you guys are the same way. I hope you guys find something to grasp and work at yourselves. And public speaking, because I always love talking about public speaking, guys. Just practice, 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 practice. It's all you got to do. Practice, and you'll be confident on what you're talking about, and you're gonna be all right. Because we had to give a practice speech in front, and I didn't practice at all because I didn't have time. I was too busy designing everything, writing papers up, blah blah blah. And I just said a lot of ums, and it wasn't too good. And then my professor's like, yeah, you said like 22 ums in 5 minutes. Nobody else said that. I just said again. Oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah, well, hey, those will go away after I practice. So, and they did. So just practice, practice, practice. We practiced our speech for about 2 straight days in a row, just non-stop. So that's all you got to do, and anybody will learn to speak. So okay, hope that wrapped up this episode. I'm gonna work on making a new website for the front page, which will be a ATFO layout. Gosh, I keep saying it'll be, I'm thinking I want to go with a red and white style because I want it to be light. I don't want it to be dark. So I'm going to try go for a white with some red on that and make a nice mock-up because it's got to work for all this future stuff we're developing, sub-sites. Gosh, I keep doing it. Ugh, that's how you stop, though. This is how you stop saying your ums and your you-knows. You just notice every time you say it, and eventually you'll stop. So what I'll do is I'm going to make a mock-up, which is basically making it all look nice, just like drawing it out, not actually coding it. And then after that's set, then it's all about coding it and making it work. So I don't know when this will all be done, but I'm hoping to do it sometime soon because I'm going to start taking another class here, and I don't know, time in the summer, it's free time, but it's not free time. I also need to kind of find a job. I don't know if I will or won't, but we'll see how it goes. So, alright, thanks for watching this time, and catch you later.